Okay, today I'm going to be taking apart the Dynafit TLT Speed Heel unit, a complete disassembly. Now, the first thing you need to do is to take the tension off the binding, off the heel unit, and these I'm taking off first is the rotational spring unit. Then you can rotate that quite easily, and you'll see that if I just give it a pull and a twist, off it pops. So the thing that was holding the heel unit down I've just put back into position here, and that is called a thimble, and on a high mileage unit the thimble might be a little bit worn. To get them out you need to poke your little finger down through where the post was and push it out through where the threaded faster. Oh, come on, and give it a push, and out it pops. There you go. And this particular one is in not bad condition at all. There's hardly any wear on it. So the two springs there, the thimble and the retaining nut on the back. When putting the nut back, just be really careful not to cross thread it. I turn it anti-clockwise until I hear a little bit of a click, and then I can put it back in. Now that thimble's in good condition, so that can go back on, and we can have a look at the top of it. I've already stripped this one down once, so it is in a bit of a state of disassembly. Now before taking off the Torx T10 bolts that hold it on, one needs to take all the tension off the back of the unit. Now this second DIN setting screw controls the vertical release as opposed to the rotational release. So there we can see the Dynafit TLTs, they go from a DIN setting 5 to 10, and we're just going to take all the tension off there, and then we can take out the T10 Torx off the top and remove the top plate and its step. And when replacing this, you need to be again careful not to over tighten the T10 bolts, because they go straight into the plastic bottom unit and you could damage the plastic unit there. So that reveals the compensation plate, which needs to be removed by giving it a bit of a tug at the back. Just lift it up a little bit at the front and then give it a waggle at the back, and off that pops. That holds everything in place. No damage to that one. Sometimes you can crack them and might need to replace them. And then that reveals the pins and the yoke there. There's a little spacer there at the front, and that's really important to retain and not to lose. In fact, with a Dynafit binding there aren't any spare parts. If you've got something left over, that's bad. So those pins have got little wedges on them, and that's important to make sure that they're in good condition. If they're not for any reason, they need replacing. There shouldn't be very much play in those at all. And to remove the yoke, you simply push back against the springs and lift out. Inside the main unit, there we go, that's it, completely disassembled with the exception of a small square nut. There we go, that is used to pull the tension against for the vertical release springs. And that's your lot. Good luck disassembling yours, and be careful putting them back together.